Previously on Vampyr. Dr. Reid eliminates a primary source of infection in the West End and learns that the outbreak began at Doris Fletcher's acting school. He then visits Whitechapel to combat the rapidly deteriorating sanitary situation in the district. And now, Vampyr, Episode 24. So I have cured a bunch of people here and in Whitechapel, and I have a few more people I'd like to cure, but I would like to water my plant. I wonder if that will do anything for me. It feels very nice having done that, though. All right, so off to administer a bunch of cures and then to look for my dad's letter. One of the veterans, I can't remember his name, the one who's claustrophobic, he also needs a cure. But I did pick up Rakesh. Oh, Thelma needs a cure as well. There she is. This is my kill room right here. There she is. No, that's not Thelma. That's Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
You need a cure. You need a cure.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reid.
Bronchitis by the looks of it. Take your medicine, Nurse Hawkins.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
I live to serve. Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Whoops. Now, where did I see Thelma on my radar? That's Corcoran. There she is. Come, hello.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm thirsty, Doctor. I feel decay rising in me.
Well, why don't we take care of that headache of yours?
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
My condition cannot be understood by you, mortal. This curse is beyond your science.
Nonetheless.
Well, until the day science finally admits failure, please accept this little contribution.
Thank you, Doctor. Your efforts are admirable, though laughable.
No. All right. Let's see. So
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I love how Dr. Reid gently patronizes her.
Giant morgue disguised as a hospital.
Oh.
That's Pembroke nowadays.
My heavens. All right, let's see. The Goswicks are back here.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Oh, sepsis. There's a lot of sepsis in this place. That's like very intense for a hospital.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
You know, it's occurring to me that I could eat his mother now. I recall her being pretty unpleasant.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
However, there is a pandemic going on, and there's a war, and so maybe I'll forgive her crankiness.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well-deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
I don't want you talking bad about this hospital.
Good evening, sir.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
All right, let's see. I missed an opportunity to eavesdrop on them earlier in the game, and by doing so, I think I missed out probably on a bunch of hints. Let's see if I can find my veteran friend, and then I think if I do that, everyone in this whole place will be cured. I am gonna go around looting so that I can make more remedies. I'm also, my father's, letter is supposedly here. Now, sometimes the, here we go. Here he is. Hey, buddy.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Oswald, that's his name.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
Nonetheless.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
Okay. I guess it's impolite, but, you know.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
I mean, I understand that I'm forcing medication on you, but, you know, stick with your boundaries a little more. All right, now let me think. Where my dad would have left me a letter. I'm pretty sure I've treated everybody. Let's start. I'm actually gonna poke around my office first. I wonder if I could ask Dr. Swansea about it.
It's locked, all right.
Let's see. Where is he? Dr. Swansea? Hello? Oh.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Okay. Oh, wait. So that's right. The Ascalon clubs are aware of him and vice versa.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to go see him.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
Okay.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Why?
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reid.
Well, I certainly intend to try. All right, no options.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
No options to ask him about a note my father may have left. That's probably not just sitting in his office either. All right.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Ah, M. Goswick's medical file. Okay. Male, age 23. Status convalescence. The patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth, and tongue, but no sign of flu. Refuses to speak, claims it's too painful, needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decisions can be made concerning his release. God, I wonder if he's infected. That's alarming, because if he's infected, he could turn at any time. Alright, well... I did get a new hint, so I should probably find out if he, you know, got bitten by anybody recently. I found it. Aubrey Reid's third letter. Okay. This is the Reid Mansion, April 4th, 1908. My dearest child, this is my last letter for you. I chose to hide it in the Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I had never seen you so upset. For days, you did not say a word. This was the first time I realized the darkness you had in you, my son. A black stone embedded in your heart, hidden to all, which I sometimes saw in your sister, too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what it meant to feel this gloomy mood. The dark side of the Reids, the reason why I must go, now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable, and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with this Dr. Carroll in Paris how to transfuse blood to save patients. Already thinking about how to improve the method you've helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reid, the dying banker, surrounded by his friends and family, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you were destined to be, the great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me, knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son. Become whoever you're destined to be, and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I have taken all the necessary measures to protect you, my family, of any dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I am about to be. I leave, for I love you, my pearls and jewels. I do it because I have this dark mood in me I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days, I'll go where I stood when you left us for France. There, I'll leave a last gift for you. There, I'll vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Jonathan. I wish you to be as happy as I've been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emmeline for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father, Aubrey Reid. Alright, so I guess my order of business now that I found this letter is to... I want to kill that Ekon that killed Charlotte's friend, and I want to buzz through Whitechapel on my way back there to administer a few cures. There were people I didn't have cures for the last time, and yeah, and then I think I'll head over to the theater. I do want to put a pin in maybe going to Southwark. Maybe there'll be one last clue about my dad there, but I'm not going to pursue that right now.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to find you, Albert. So first
Do
we're
you
gonna
need
do.
assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
First, we're gonna do a medical checkup.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
All right, and now the bad news.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
That's not really a future, I would say. You should go talk to Peterson, Joe Peterson.
Have conditions improved in Whitechapel?
I'm ready for whatever's coming.
That's not much information. Okay.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London, so you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye, young man.
What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
We'll see about that.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Oh dear.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
Not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
Ah, okay. All right.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Okay, so I'm glad they acknowledged that Ben is Albert's father because they had the same last name, and I was like wondering if they were related. But neither of them mentioned the other as a family member.
How are conditions in Whitechapel these days?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches, Doctor. I can't stand it.
All right, let's see.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Okay, I don't have a treatment for neuralgia, but I will make one as soon as I can.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
I will try to find you a cure. It looks like you're really having a rough time. Alright, while I was out administering cures in Whitechapel, it occurred to me that there was this door that I couldn't get in the last time I was here because my mesmerize skill was too low, so I decided to pop over here and meet the person I couldn't get in to speak to the last time I was in the neighborhood. So I can definitely get in now. Wait. Oh, there it is, over there.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
I am brave and a vampire. Found a collectible. I have to look at that. All right. Let's see. This is going to be the guy who can read Braille because he's blind.
So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reid? The eminent surgeon? My God. I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
Hello, Mason. Okay, let's see. Do you know Braille?
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reid.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
I suppose I could look. Let's see how you are medically.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Depends on what you have. Neuralgia. Okay. No, I can't.
No, not now. Later, perhaps.
All right.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
That's interesting.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
I mean, I know your sister.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reid. Oh, how I envy you.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Okay. Oh, I apparently have another diary page already.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
All right, I think I only have 2 of those, so that should wrap it up for us.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
I'm a vampire. Okay, so that was a nice little diversion to get that out of the way. And then I also found, while I was there, one of the collectibles. I think this one. Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted in heaven? No, their bodies have been defiled and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. Clarence Crossley. Oh, Clarence. You're not representing us in a very nice way. Although, it does seem like a lot of us are colossal wankers. Is there... Okay, sometimes that one's boarded up, but sometimes the gate's open. Okay. So now that I've visited him, I'm gonna go back to what I was planning to do before, which is I'm gonna head back over to the docks here and kill that Ekon. Okay, on my way back, I've encountered a new person.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Yeah, I feel like you and I have a similar problem. Let's see, you have fatigue, so we'll start with that.
Can I help you, Miss Billow? I'm a doctor.
Yes, you can help me. Free me.
How about just some stimulants?
I will take that as a yes, even if I would prefer to help you in another way.
Make it stop, please.
All right, let's see what's going on with you. Oh, okay, what happened?
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones, their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Ooh.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Okay. And you don't have any choice, I take it?
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
This is quite intriguing, for I too have a rat problem.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reid?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Let's see. Let me get this information out of her. Then I want to go back and see if I can figure out when this happened to her.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
That seems accurate. Oh, let's see. Oh, all the hints are required. So it looks like I've asked her everything I can. Okay. So I'll have to see if I can learn a little more about her. All right.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
I'll see if I can figure something out. Did you come out of this building, or am I making that up? Yeah, okay. Let's see. I was headed to kill that Ekon. Alright, so I returned to this edge here where the west end meets the docks to kill that Ekon. And I think there's a Skull over here with him as well, which complicates matters a bit. Maybe I can get them both with this. Okay, I got rid of one of them anyway. Whoa. Okay, I gotta stun this guy. Keep him on the ropes a little bit. Whew, all right. Well, he was still pretty tough, even though I added a bunch of levels to fight him. Ooh, lots of shillings. Oh, Charlotte's gonna be really bummed to hear that her friend is dead. God, I hope it wasn't because she was telling her friend about vampires. If so, that's gonna make her really sad. All right, Miss Charlotte.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure to become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Oh, what? Charlotte's steak, huh? 35 stun. My truncheon's a little better, but, let's see. It uses less stamina, which is pretty nice.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Alright, that's the Ascalon Club. Now, I think I need to go see Lady Ashbury. Alright. Let's see what Lady Ashbury has for me. I am going to clear out her cabinets. I kind of, you know, from a doctoring perspective, I've noticed that the nobility leaves all kinds of drugs laying around, and since I have such a job of work curing everybody and manufacturing cures, I really ought to be finding every available material I can. Alright, now she had a personal diary which I want to read before I talk to her. May 9th, 1913. Tonight I went with my mother visiting the sick of the East End. It had been a long time since I went to this sad part of town. To see her talking and listening to those poor people moved me beyond words. Oh, this might be Charlotte's diary. She really tries to make a difference and really tries to help these men and women. She also killed one of them tonight. It happened so quickly I did not even notice she had vanished, but when she reappeared, she looked so much more alive, more vivid. I immediately knew what had just happened. She took a life and I saw nothing. We returned home without a word. If I ever become like her, I won't feed on the dying. I will kill the guilty and the brutes wherever they hide. Okay, I see now that this is obviously Charlotte's diary because it says CA on it. Alright, and then this is from September. This afternoon, 2 men tried to corner me in a back alley while I was campaigning for the women's right to vote. I called for help as loud as I could, like Mother told me. I don't know what would have happened if a soldier had not ordered them to leave me alone. He then walked me back home and tried to kiss me. I refused. He did not say a word and left. The whole story made me so sad I was crying when Mother woke up after the night had come. I told her the whole truth, and she held me against her chest. Then we went to the theater to see Doris Fletcher in her new play. I think I'm a little bit frustrated that Mother did not rush out to make them all pay. If I were a vampire, I would not be that merciful. I don't know, your mother might have actually done that. Okay, let's see. Charlotte? I mean, Elizabeth? Are you home? Hello? Your house is massive.
It's locked, all right.
Dracula, to the inspiring Lady Ashbury. There are darknesses in life, and there are lights, and you are one of the lights, the light of all lights. Oh, she has a signed copy of Dracula from Bram Stoker. I love that. Oh my god, I wonder if they're buddies. What year is this? Okay. I wonder if she is some of the inspiration for him. That's a nice little detail. Elizabeth? Ah, there she is. Oh, is she painting? Who's this fellow? This ginger man?
Good evening, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm still investigating from inside the Ascalon Club. Can we talk?
Of course, my dear.
Oh, she called me my dear. Ooh. Okay, new type of skull.
I have investigated new sources of infection, and I may have found a new type of skull. One suffering from heavy mutations that is extremely contagious.
Scowls come in various forms, you know. They are simply degenerate versions of their makers.
I believe these families are different, and I'm currently pursuing a lead. I know I can find the true source of contagion by finding who created these creatures.
That would be great news. Be very careful, my dear, when dealing with such creatures.
There are many paintings adorning the walls here.
Yes?
Did you paint them?
No, my dear. But some of them. I have had a long time to learn from the best. I'm currently working on what could be my greatest masterpiece.
Oh? Tell me about it.
What is this masterpiece?
Your portrait, my dear
What?
Jonathan. It will be my gift to you, if I ever have time to finish it.
Oh. Well, that's just very sweet.
Have you met any famous painters?
Are you trying to divine my age by cross-checking historical dates, my dear? That's a devious parlor trick.
Well, Elizabeth, I tried my best. Don't I deserve some reward at least?
Well, if you must know, I even posed for the greats. Now that you know it, you may recognize me when visiting museums.
Oh my. Interesting. I wonder, that portrait over there, that with the blonde ginger fellow, I hope that's not me because he's very blonde. So now, of course, when I think famous paintings, I'm looking here at the way she holds her hands, which is, you know, not exactly like the Mona Lisa, but, you know, she does have her hands clasped, I think.
How is your investigation going?
I have decided to explore beyond the dictates of reason.
What do you mean?
You may on occasion find this house closed when you visit me. If so, it is because I have gone undercover. Sort of.
Undercover?
Who are you going to surveil? I hope you're not considering spying on McCullum or the Guard of Prewan.
No. I intend to ask a few questions in parts of town I rarely venture into. Dirty places where a delicate lady like myself should never be seen.
Oh, you mean like the docks?
When will you return?
As soon as possible. And I don't intend to stay away for long.
Goodbye, my dearest.
Goodbye, my beloved.
Oh my gosh. Our relationship really escalated without without much notice. Okay, so is this me? I mean, I do admit that it does seem like my face, but you've got my hair color all wrong. But, you know, she's still painting. You know, that could be amended. Maybe that's just the base coat. She should really have me sit for her, don't you think? I think that would be useful. Oh, that's locked.
It's locked.
All right. Well, it was lovely seeing you, darling. Now I can go ask Charlotte about her mugging. Next time on Vampyr. If you're enjoying this Ferocious Tater Tot Let's Play, please do hit the tot to subscribe. Thank you, and have a lovely day.